We're learning more. 03717 223344. Carl is with me. So too is Martin. Evertonians, have you got your way? Mashiri on the way out, it would seem. Steve, good morning. Big Evertonian. What's your take on this and how do you feel about this?
Good morning, lads. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Jim, I don't know how excited I want to get, really. You know, I'm a bit of a wobble, but I'm swaying towards it's got to be. If I can just say a little bit about Mashiri before the takeover. Listen, Jim, I know you've got this relationship with him and whatnot. He came to us with a blue heart. He came to us with our best interests. And I've been on the show a few times and I've said nice things about him. And I've said things coming to the point where we are today, he needs to go. He made some ridiculous, if that's the right word, decisions. You know, you're Rafa Benitez on one thing. Even though you've got all this money and wealth and you've got and your heart's in the right place, sometimes, Jim, that's not good enough. This game is the best game in the world. It's the most beautifulest game. And if you don't get it right with your money and your heart and whatnot, with what it is, Jim, and it is what it is, sometimes you have to walk away. But I know that he'll always be an Evertonian, and I want to thank him. I really want to thank him because he wanted to take us to another level. And I really want to thank him. And it's a bit sad for me in a way that it has to end like this, but we move on. Long live the king, as Simon would say. Now this new group that are coming over, in the coming days, the coming weeks, Jim, we're going to find out what they're all about. They could have 7 clubs, they could have 30 clubs to the name in the portfolio. There's no bigger club than Everton. And I hope to God they've done the homework. They understand us as supporters because, you know, Jim, the way the game is and sadly the way it is, and as Karl related to there, your week relies on that Saturday result.
Yes,
in that
yes.
city,
yeah.
You know, so we're just hoping,
well,
Jim.
Steve, I can tell you, fellow Liverpudlian Karl Robinson sitting beside me and is agreeing with everything you say.
I do, mate. I'm just looking at the clubs that they've owned before Everton. I don't think any of them are in the same hemisphere as that football club.
That's right.
In the size and how they conduct themselves.
Yes.
For me, there's still a fear.
Yeah.
Reading through this brief notes that we've just been given, there is a lot of red flags, and I think you'll tell me more than I know. But I'm sure the Everton fans were certainly on Sunday against Arsenal being full volume. I know Martin sat across me.
Well, I'm being cynical with the timing of this because obviously it has to be sanctioned, doesn't it, Jim? This takeover by the Premier League.
It's an agreement between Mashiri and
we're kind of nowhere near that happening. And Steve, I think this is still concerning, really, because when you look at the suitability of the ownership of this particular company, will there be an individual that fronts it up? Mashiri was very visible. You know, the fans will want somebody, weren't they, from this company?
Yeah.
I understand it's a company that just is almost like a troubleshooter company.
Well, it was
comes
visible,
in and takes over clubs
not to go.
in
That's
trouble
right.
financially.
Yeah. Let's get Neil's version of events. Neil's another Evertonian who's come to here. Neil, good morning. 777 Partners. An agreement signed with Mashiri to take his full stake, 94.1%. So new ownership at a crucial time. What's your thought?
Yeah, morning everyone. I think the last caller summed it up about Mr. Mashiri. He wanted to take us to a new level. Well, he's certainly done that. But anyway, I'm glad that the takeover is on the brink of completion, all being well. And I say all being well, with the powers that be decree it. The best thing about it is that it will guarantee the completion of the new stadium, which is what Everton desperately needs, because that will provide us with new funding opportunities, corporate facilities, etc., that Goodison can't
Neil,
offer.
will the new stadium be Mashiri's biggest legacy?
Well, it will be. It will be that, alongside the fact that he's put us on the playing front into the bottom 3 consistently, and we've started to struggle again. However, we need to put that behind us now and move on. What I will say is the portfolio of this organisation seems to take over distressed football clubs. Well, we are one. But the new stadium will provide the new opportunities to raise extra money. Just a warning to our supporters, the stadium still needs paying for. It still needs paying for. The new owners may have come in, but they will want their money back and they will want something on their investments. Now, if we can't provide top half finishes, European football and revenue through those streams, then it's going to come in huge increases to go and sit in that new stadium. So our supporters need to be aware of that. We get good value for money at Goodison. Well, let's just see come Bramley-Moore.
Okay.
My other concern, just very quickly, that the point I wanted to make.
Go on.
New owners often come in and change a manager very quickly. Let's hope that's not the case. Sean Dyche has to remain in charge. He's our best man, certainly for this season and next, to take us into the new
Point
stadium.
taken. Neil, thanks for that. We'll put that to Carl the other side of the break. On the new stadium, Mashiri says this morning. I've been open about the need to bring in new investment and complete the financing for the Bramley-Moore Dock project on the banks of the Mersey, which I have predominantly financed to date. I've spoken to a number of parties and considered some strong opportunities, but through my lengthy discussions with 777, I believe they're the best partners to take our great club forward with all the benefits of their multi-club investment model. Well, 777 have just added a new club, it would seem, and the club is Everton.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.